Hi, this is Claire again, and we will go on now with the folk magic traditions in Europe. As I stated before in the introduction video, Europe is a very big, big continent. There are many influences, but somehow you have to call the child, as we say it in German. So I call it like this, and we want to start now with the so-called white women. They are a kind of spirits that are very important in European lore. They are from the coast in the west, like Portugal, France, and so on, until Transylvania. You even find them in Russia. This is a very big topic, and you find them almost identical in all those regions. They might be like goddesses that went smaller in the time of Christianity into fairies, or more like destiny women. I would call them destiny women. They are often described as white women, yeah, like spirits, like ghosts. This picture of a white and airy thing you see, like a white woman, reminds, of course, of the typical ghost. Yeah, the picture of the ghost, like in Halloween, and so where they take over a white big sheet of fabrics, and then they are woo spooky. But this has, like many cliches, a deeper meaning. And those white women were not like fairies in the meaning of nature spirits. They were more like destiny spirits. They often remind you of the Norns, for example, and of the Greek counterparts of them, the Moiren, they are called in German. They are often three. For example, in my researches, I found out that the Transylvanian gypsies, they had the belief that you have three of those women who come to you at your birth. One gives you the length of your life, one gives you the good of your life, and one gives you the bad things in your life. And this, of course, you think about those three Norns and so on, the one who measures your lifespan, the one who cuts it, and the one who gives you the start in life. So this is very obviously a goddess theme of the young, the middle, and the old one. Yes, and these white women have a deep relationship with ancient cult places where people worship the old gods. They have relationships to mountains, especially mountains that had the form of a bosom, like a female fertile goddess, or the form of a pregnant belly. You find until today very many churches and so on dedicated to Saint Mary, who are, or Virgin Mary, I don't know how it is exactly in English, I will say Virgin Mary, who were places of the goddess before. Yeah, and sometimes archaeologists find remains of those old cults, and they are often also into the images of these Marys. Yeah, they are interwoven. You find strange symbols, things you can't really explain. For example, why Mary is often linked to the moon. Yeah, of course, it's a goddess theme, and Mary is a goddess in herself too. And there is a very interesting story about Lourdes. I think you all know it. It is this place where many people go to get healthy, the Catholic place. And yeah, the story about Lourdes is a little bit different than it was told later, because the young woman who saw Virgin Mary actually saw a white woman. It was later made by the church that, of course, it has to be Virgin Mary. But the true story is a bit different, and I have a Virgin of Lourdes. And if you see it, even in the picture here, as I said it before, the pictures tell the old story of the goddess until today, under the clothes of Mary, so to say. If you see this here, it is, you have here the girl. It is difficult to see, but she is a girl, I can say. Here the girl, and here you have Virgin Mary in a cave, and this very much looks like a typical female fertility symbol. So yeah, it is of course not known to many people, but researchers and people who are into history and are into all those things, they found out that she saw a white woman, and the belief in white women is very common in this region of Lourdes. So yeah, there are sometimes different things behind it, as you first see. And there are many places until today where there are, is it called procession? When people go with a statue of Virgin Mary through the whole village and so on to bless. Yeah, and those destiny women were also called often for healing. And this is something you find until today in fairy tales. There are some stories that tell about a healer, a young man, who got his ability to heal other people by a fairy. And these stories are almost identically. They are, he becomes a big healer and is very successful, and people search his help, and then he makes one big mistake, because the fairy told him, when I stand at the end where the feet are of the bed of the sick person, then it will die. So you can't do anything about it, because of course she is destiny. Yeah, she is big, although only a fairy in those tales. And yeah, one day he has accepted the rule, but one day his heart is so... he wants to have this person very, very badly, and so he does one thing. He turns around the bed where she stands at the end. And the person gets healthy, but he loses his ability to heal in that moment he does this. And this is of course also a metaphor for you can't do everything, you can't do things against destiny, against the laws of nature. Yeah, and so these stories also have a big knowledge inside them about life itself. So to put it all together, we have to say the white women are maybe remnants of the goddess who was honored before Christianity. Sometimes you see it very directly, it just shifted into Virgin Mary, and they are linked to destiny, they are linked to luck, they are linked to the length of your life, how bitter it is, how sweet it is, and so they are very important, and they have different names in every region, but they remind very much of classical goddesses like the Norns, for example. Sometimes they are 3, sometimes they are only 1, but their essence is always that they are the ladies of destiny.